Everyone, welcome back to day 14. We're going to continue reading. Anybody here seen Frenchie with chapter 69? Iselda Trink, something autumnal. On Saturday afternoon, Iselda Trink rested her mug of tea on the split rail fence and looked out over the deep quarry pond. Tea at 3, as it should be. What a relief to have things back to normal after yesterday's no-good shelf collapse in the studio. All those leather-hard pots and pieces on the floor. She'd planned to fire them today. Dang it all. Instead, she pushed the ruins all back into the vat to soak. A few days and they'd be all soft clay again. Could have been worse, she muttered. She cupped her mug in her hands, admired the sea-green glaze for a moment. She looked out across the still dark water of the pit quarry, into the broad, high wall of granite beyond. Something caught her eye. Way up there was a square of color. It was reddish, not bright, but autumnal perhaps, set off by the backdrop of gray granite. Iselda reached into the wooden box on the post and lifted out the binoculars. These old eyes, she mumbled as she hunted through the lenses for the claret-colored square. There it was. A leafy patterned piece of fabric. Some sort of handbag, was it? Embroidery? Needlepoint? Iselda could see that it was dangling by its strap on a skinny, bent sapling. There was something familiar about it. Iselda scoffed. People were always rowing through that parcel of town land on motorbikes or snowmobiles and stopping up there to catch a view over her quarry. Often, they'd stay and watch the sunset. She didn't mind that. Beauty belonged to everyone. But she did mind the campfires, often left burning up on the rocks. She did mind when people tossed trash and other unwanteds over the edge. Her quarry was not a dump. Most of all, she feared someone would make a mistake and either drive or dive off that ledge. The pit quarry was legendarily deep and perilous, with its projections of granite and who knew what else rusting away down below. Whoever had tossed that bag had failed to give it a good enough fling. Got it hung up on that twiggy tree now, did ya? Iselda mused. She kept her eyes pressed against the cool circles of her binoculars and traced the path the handbag would have taken had it fallen all the way down. There was a bit of ledge there at the water's edge. My stars, Iselda Trink said right out loud. What is that?